Good day everyone, my name is Major Amit and this is the fifth video in a series of videos called Leadership Masterclass, where we dive into what makes the difference between good and great leadership. Today I'm going to talk about a key aspect of leadership effectiveness called emotional intelligence. But what exactly is it and how does it influence the concept of leadership as we know it today? Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and handle your own emotions and those of people around you. People with high degree of emotional intelligence know that they have that what they're feeling, what their emotions mean, and how these emotions can affect other people. Emotional intelligence is therefore an important characteristic not just for those who occupy position for leadership, but almost for everybody working in organizations. A leader's emotional intelligence can have a huge influence on their relationships, how they can manage their teams, and how they interact with individuals in the workplace. Think about it. Who is more likely to succeed at taking the organization forward? A leader who shouts at their team when under stress, or one who stays in control of their emotions and those of others and calmly assesses the situation and moves forward? With emotional intelligence, leadership is more effective because it helps foster better professional relationships, increases personal effectiveness and success, and enhances a leader's critical, analytical, and strategic thinking skills because it allows the leader to gain new perspective on challenging situations. Now, there are five key competencies to emotional intelligence, and this is broadly based on Daniel Goleman's book on emotional intelligence. Now, these five core key competencies are social awareness, self regulation, empathy, self motivation, and social skills. Now, let's look at these five competencies in some detail and how you can develop these to become more effective leaders. So, the first competency is self awareness. Now, self awareness means that you're always fully aware about how you feel and you understand the effect your feelings and actions can have on people around you. A self aware leader clearly understands their strengths and weaknesses, and despite their position of authority and power, still operates from a mindset of humility. While there are many tools to become aware of your emotions and feelings, I find practicing mindfulness to be very useful. Now, mindfulness can help you develop understanding of your own emotions. Since the practice of mindfulness involves noticing one's own current thoughts and feelings without judgment or interference, one learns to observe different emotion states. Mindfulness positively correlated with increased clarity of feelings, attention to these feelings, and lower distraction. Just as intellectual intelligence is built through reading and learning, emotional intelligence can be fostered through mindfully attending to current emotional state. Do practice mindfulness, and I will create a video later on how to practice mindfulness. Second is emotional regulation or self-control. Now, emotional regulation prevents you from abusing your privilege of leadership to attack or stereotype others and making hurried or whimsical decisions that compromise your values. It calls for you to keep control on your emotions and how they can affect others, as well as stay committed to personal accountability. Let's take an example. Now, Reena felt restless when her boss praised her colleague in front of her for a project well done. Now, she kept on thinking of the incident throughout the day, which only increased her restlessness. She was consumed with negative thought that no matter how hard I try, I never get noticed. In short, Reena's day did not go well. On reaching home, she was still in a bad mood and fought with her younger siblings for no rhyme or reason. Even after a good night's sleep, she could not entirely forget about it, but still she went on with her life. Gradually, this primary emotion of restlessness turned into a secondary emotion of frustration and sadness. A once happy and performing individual became sad, morose, and frustrated, and this negatively impacted her work and team management. Alternatively, if Reena had been alert to the feeling of restlessness and introspected as to why she felt the way she did, she could have gained insight into her mind. Accordingly, in future, she would have been able to be more solution oriented to avoid the restlessness caused by such incidents and gain stability. Perhaps she would have been more forthcoming in taking a project or work which would give her more visibility and therefore praise from her manager. As you become more alert to introspecting and your feelings and emotions in such situation, you will gradually become more self-aware and will be able to self-manage better. Now next we move to the third key competency, which is self-motivation. Now self-motivated leaders work consistently towards their goal. They motivate their employees and have an extremely high standard of quality of their work. There are four factors essential for self-motivated leaders to have. The first factor is personal drive to achieve, or achievement motivation as we call it. Now this can be looked as ambition, so a self-motivated leader is ambitious. They believe that they can improve, that is, they have a growth mindset, which is again very important. And they are likely to achieve in whatever sphere they choose. The second is their commitment to goal. Now, having awareness of where you wish to be and an understanding of how you plan to get there is a vital part of staying motivated. The third factor is initiative taking. Initiative is the ability to take advantage of opportunities when they occur and can be considered as a combination of courage and good risk management. How you identify the right opportunity to consider, and also that they have the appropriate level of risk for you, and then you have the courage to overcome the fear of unknown inherent to any new opportunities, right? And the fourth factor is optimism or resilience. Now, optimism is the ability to look on the bright side of things or think positively, and resilience is the ability to bounce back after after a setback, or keep positive in the face of challenges. Resilient people are prepared to ask for help if necessary, as well as offer their own help generously to others in need. And the fourth key competency of emotional intelligence is empathy. Empathy is what allows you to put yourself in other people's shoes and consider their unique perspectives. This can enable us to resolve conflict, to build more productive teams, to improve our relationship with co-workers, clients, and customers, and motivate employees to perform above expectations. So how do you develop empathy at workplace? Now, firstly, listen carefully by giving your full attention to what someone is trying to tell you. Use your eyes, ears, and gut instinct to understand the entire message that they are communicating. Secondly, consider other people's perspective by keeping an open mind. Placing too much emphasis on your own assumptions and beliefs doesn't leave much space for empathy. Thirdly, you take appropriate action, since empathy without appropriate action is of no use. Empathy is not about what you want, but it's about what the other person wants and needs. So any action you take or suggest must benefit them. So I'll give you an example. You might have a team member who's unable to focus on work because of a problem at home. Now, to you as a good leader, it might seem the right thing to do to tell them that they can work from home until the situation is resolved. But what you don't realize is that they come to work, and work may in fact give them welcome respite from thinking about something painful. So instead of giving your own feedback on working on your own perspective, what would be better for the person is that you understand their point of view and ask them which approach they would prefer. And this would be much more helpful to them. Now, the fifth key competency is social skills. Leaders with good social skills are great at communication, and this is very handy when it comes to getting their teams pumped up about a new project or objective. Now, leaders with social skills are emotionally intelligent enough to receive both good and bad news with the same clarity of mind, and this makes their subordinates confident enough to update them on anything which may be good or may be bad. Now, leaders with good social skills are also great at planning, affecting, or overseeing major changes in the workplace, as well as resolving any arising disputes fairly and promptly. They are also great with persuasion and influencing skills. These leaders are also great at building and maintaining relationships with others in a professional or a social setting. Now, in summary, leaders who are emotionally intelligent foster a safe environment where employees feel comfortable to take calculated risks. They suggest ideas and they voice their opinions. Now, emotionally intelligent leaders don't take things personally and are able to forge ahead without, without worrying about the impact on their egos. They learn how to identify, understand, and manage their emotions, and also teach those they lead how to do the same. I encourage you to take some time to reflect on your own emotional intelligence and identify areas where you can grow. Start practicing some of the strategies I talked about today and see how they impact your interactions and leadership effectiveness. I look forward to your comments and answering any queries you may have in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on effective leadership and personal development. Remember, developing emotional intelligence is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to becoming a better leader and more empathetic individual. All the best, and thank you.